And we are live, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
And I'm
Oh boy.
Teripper, and welcome to the very first part, technically session 0, I suppose many people would call it.
Session numero uno.
Session. Well, that would involve death and pain, and well, depending on how evil.
Maybe for your
Ruben.
character.
You know
do.
what?
I know how to keep my people alive.
Anyway, character creation, ladies and gentlemen, for our long-term Easeon campaign.
Yar.
DM'd by the beautiful man right above me. Gosh, I just want to...
Like, gee, the fucking ridiculous, like, anime glint in the, just raise my glasses there so that they reflect off the screen.
Nice,
Hell
dude.
yeah.
Yeah, here, let me cancer it up with you.
Yeah, you got an EpiPen? Oh, yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Let me cancer it up with you, dude. Here, let me just get as much reflection as I can
Appreciate
over my
that, yeah.
eyes. How is that, guys? Is that
Here's-
good?
here's all I got.
Yeah.
Roasted. So,
Nice.
we're playing some D&D, doing character creation. We're not sure whether we'll get to gameplay. Depends on how long character creation will take.
In other words, if
Yeah.
Bijan decides to take 1,500 hours, it'll be
Which
one
I
to
have.
play today.
Which I have. That's not... I take a long time in D&D, guys, all right? Deal with it. Which is funny because
I mean, you take a long time and everything.
Yep.
Wait, what? Okay, you know what?
Nothing.
We're just
Slow to rise.
We're gonna get
dude.
right past the shade. Gonna get right past the shade, and I'll let Whiskey have a word. Ruben.
Oh, wow, he'll let the GM have a word. How kind.
Oh my! How glorious for me to be graced with such an honor in this scenario.
You don't need my permission to have a word. Do I get inspiration?
No, you just don't get your character killed.
Beautiful.
That's the real benefit. Yeah, so a couple of announcements just to get out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone wants to, we're going to be doing the first probably hour, maybe more, creating characters, going through all that. So during the stream or after the stream, if people want to create tokens for these guys, we can end up using those next week, basically. So if somebody wants to make like a square-sized, any above, let's say 100 by 100 size token for either of the characters, post them on our Reddit, which is down below. We may end up using those next week. So yeah, any budding artists amongst you, feel free to throw those our way.
Exactly. We might use whiskeys for like the trailer we're gonna make.
Yeah.
But we'll use yours for like an in-game image of them on the map or whatever. So
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, should be interesting.
Yeah. The other thing is that we're going to be doing some stuff with. We're going to be using some maps made by 2 Minute Tabletop, which is a really good service for anybody who needs D&D maps. Go check them out. They make really good, like easy to just implement into your game's maps. You can print them out, use them as battle maps, that sort of thing. So they're really helpful.
I like his stuff.
Yeah.
It's right cool.
Yeah.
It's right cool lads.
It's definitely got like a nice style to it, and I like it a lot.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess without further ado, do you guys want to jump into doing some what the folks are here for? Do some good old rollsters.
I think that would be a beautiful idea, but I think Ruben has some preamble
Context.
for us. Yes, context.
Yeah.
That
Yes.
beautiful thing.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Whatever. Yeah, you guys want context for the word? Fuck off. You don't need context. I just need a villager. You just need to point me to the nearest villager I can murder, because that's how I play D&D.
Hell yeah, murder hobo all the way.
Dude, fuck that shit.
So
dude. Yeah.
So this campaign will be taking place in the original setting, in the land of Easeon, which is the world name.
Show them the map. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I've dragged us
Gorgeous
over.
map.
Scroll
And
it
for
around.
those who haven't checked out our previous mini adventure, I'll give you guys some context. We'll be starting in the nation, the same one as last time, in Librian. It's been divided for some time. For the last 100 or so years, the country has split into sort of 10 contingents run by lords. They still have they still recognize the king, but there is a lot more sort of a power struggle, and some lords are sort of vying for power to become the new king. Yeah. And wars between these provinces. The campaign is going to begin in the land of Lucius, which is the smallest of one of these provinces, its lands have just been dwindling in recent years. and the neighboring lords are sort of watching over it with lustful eyes,
Mm.
thinking it like an easy opponent to conquer.
It's not about
To
the
the
size;
east-
it's how you use it, dude. That's all I got to say about
Exactly.
that small. Yeah.
Exactly. So to the east, there's this sort of large, militant, powerful iron fist of the Trifer family. Very sort of militant, warrior-like sort of culture in this sort of very narrow province. Think like sort of samurai, but sort of more knight-ish.
Did you make the map, by the way?
Yes.
Yes.
This is I made it, if you're curious, by basically photoshopping like Google Maps and manipulating it in Photoshop over like many hours.
That's why it looks so good.
Yeah. So it's like real parts of the world and then just like chopped up into like 1,000 tiny pieces.
Yeah, you're not going to see this on a different D&D stream. I tell you what. Some of the other D&D streams I've seen, their maps are just a disgrace. Disgusting.
Disgusting.
Yeah. But
So, yeah,
sorry, go on.
about-
I was just reading the chat.
It's fine, yeah. This is the intro is going to be a bit more chilled out anyway because it's just sort of character creation, so we can sort of fill some empty space with some chat interaction. That's
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the thing. I think I'm going to be chatting with the chat like pretty much the whole session until we're playing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, about a week ago, in the campaign, a letter was delivered to the Lord of Lucius, this small province, and it was from a family to the south, a large, greedy and rich family, with large controls over trade routes, money, merchants, that sort of thing. Simply put, the letter states they will assist the province of Lucius in defending themselves from the Trifers and stop sort of assaulting them themselves if Lucius agrees to send forces to help them fight against the Trifers. So sort of like making a pact. In exchange, the Lucius family will basically be sending their son over to the Vans family as insurance for the deal. You guys...
Oh, dude, it's the Valens family that control all the trade?
Yeah. They've been sort of they're in control of like some of the best sort of trade roads to the south. So they've basically been cutting off a lot of sort of Lucius's income and that sort of thing because
I don't like the Valens family, guys. That's who my old character in the last session we did worked for. He worked for the Lord of the Valens family at the time, and I'm glad they're still.
Years.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they're still
fine.
continuing their reign of greediness.
No
though.
grudges. No grudges.
No grudges. It's 200 years. It's fine.
I'm just saying they're still the same. I thought they would have changed.
But yeah, so we're basically these guys are going to be escorting the Lord's son from Lucius down to the Vans family.
So much loyalty.
hopefully not dying to bears along the way or to any sort of like ambush by the Trifers. That's the ideal scenario. So yeah, that's the sort of context to get you guys in the right mindset for the world and for what sort of situation these characters will be built into. But without further ado, do we want to get to some actual shindig rolling?
I'm down.
Right
Can you just look across the whole map though? Like do some zoom in to see some details.
Oh, I have.
Bijan?
Yeah.
Just because.
I should actually be putting you on this.
Do you mind throwing
this is what I
some music?
wanted. This is what I wanted.
This is the province map. Yeah, let me throw some
Oh,
just
God.
music.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
can we throw some tavern music on or something? Because I always feel like I don't know, D&D. Like the reason I like this version so much, like just this system, Roll20, is just because we can have music playing. That's like one of my favorite things.
Yeah, it's like really good for sort of creating an atmosphere in the game,
Dude,
which is really.
This is like late World War II Germany, man.
Yeah,
This
dude.
is horrifying.
Yeah, this is like the basically. Yeah, that's a good comparison. Also, imagine like Sengoku Jidai period in Japan.
Yep.
Where there's all the
reminds
sort
me
of-
of feudal Japan
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where all the families are sort of vying for
with all the shogunate, all the
power.
different.
Yeah. Yeah, and but there's like there's still right now there's still like the one guy who would be the emperor in Japan who's like still viewed as the emperor, but
Of
there
course,
are people
and they
who are
don't.
like,
Yeah,
I
but-
want to be the emperor, like Nobunaga sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna be the emperor. I'm gonna march. Like that sort of
Yeah.
that sort of deal.
By the way, chat, let us know if you can't hear the music. Just let us know if we need to turn it up, because I noticed on the VOD that it was extremely quiet during the combat music. So we want to make sure you guys can hear it too, because it amplifies the experience.
Oh, I know I can barely hear it right now, but
Yeah, I can turn it up.
faux show.
I just want chat to let us know.
Yeah, get in the mood.
Yeah.
Nice.
How's that? Is that better?
Nice, yeah. It's pretty.
Good.
They can't hear
Alright,
it. Yeah. So
Yep.
Which one of you is going to be the big baller, the guy with the big testicales?
Well-
and roll their stats first. Both of you. I remember, Bijan, you said you 100% are rolling down the line.
So, yeah, guys, I'm going for broke, and what I've decided to do, the thing is, the default roll system in 5e is 46, drop the lowest, for each stat, and then allocate.
6 times.
Yep.
And allocate where you want them.
Mm-hmm. However...
but you're being the sensible type, and you're rolling down the line.
it's 40-61 or 40-60-10
Yeah.
or 40-69.
It's 40-60,
What is it?
you can't drop
Of course,
more than...
of course. I'm doing
do
that.
what?
I'm doing that for Deuce, because
Oh my
he
God.
always asks.
And Brennan,
Yeah, my
I
character.
believe, are you also doing down the line, or are you allocating? I need a call on that now, and I'm gonna hold you to whatever
Yeah.
you say. There's no wishy-washying.
How big are you
I think
going
I'm
to be?
gonna. I think I'm gonna allocate. I think I'm gonna save my roll down the line. I don't want us both to roll down the line for our first characters. I think I'm
Yeah,
gonna
'cause
roll down the line if
had
I
a-
die.
I think you had a more sort of clear picture in
Yeah,
your head
yeah,
as
yeah.
the,
Yeah.
the sort of character you wanted, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
I like that.
So
That's fine. So,
but Bijan, you're sort of wanting
I
to
think-
discover your character in the roles. So
I think I'll roll first, A, because I want to see what I get first, and B, because I'll take longer as a result of not knowing exactly what this guy's going to be. So, I'll do it.
okay.
All right, so
I'm gonna.
61.
I'm down with that.
I don't know if you've seen. Here is your character sheet.
Oh, yeah, I got it. It is Teripper.
Yeah.
Yes?
Cool.
Awesome.
Yes. So yeah, just roll me /R 4661.
61. All right, let's go. So, guys, this is going to be down the line, as he said.
First stat,
Strength.
ladies and gentlemen.
Strength. 13, okay?
Not
Nice.
bad.
Probably-
not super bad.
not too
Pretty
bad.
Okay.
Not bad at all.
Dex.
Especially not if you're
Okay.
a human.
Oh, no.
Horrible.
Dex
Great.
is 7.
Great.
That's that could be better. Con.
Not gonna be
12.
dodging out of those fire breaths.
Nope.
Not gonna be having a good time.
Nope. Not
Is
bad.
this
con.
is where you become like just pure average all the way down.
This
It's
is
gonna be
shaping
beautiful.
into
I'm a
a
villager. Yeah,
somewhat
yeah.
passable barbarian right now. So
I mean, this is such a bad.
Best barbarian.
All right, intelligence. Wow. Okay.
All right,
14. Great.
Not bad. Not bad.
Wisdom.
These two will be important.
Nice.
Okay. It
Nice.
looks like you might be a
I
cleric.
needed that.
Or,
I needed that.
Or a
Yep.
druid, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then charisma. Okay. This
Average,
isn't bad.
nice.
This is not bad.
So
Yeah.
just for the chat's informations, the two classes, well, there's technically 3 who really use wisdom would be monk, druid, or cleric. Monk needs high dex.
Yeah.
And he has a 7, so that means
Yeah.
Not me.
For a passable stat block, it would be cleric or druid.
yeah.
If you want to go for something else, you
No.
can.
I know who I'm.
That's
gonna be.
fine. You can
I
go.
know
You can go
exactly
a
what I'm gonna
barbarian who's like, really cerebral in the way
No.
he rages.
be. I know exactly what I'm gonna be.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
All right.
So I'll disclose that in a moment, but I think Frosty,
Yep.
it's your turn. Now.
Yep. All
Yeah,
right.
let me just make a little divider here. There we go. Okay.
Nice.
Ooh, I'm
on.
excited. So you're not rolling down
Oh!
the line. So these
that
are
was
just
fast.
allocating. So we've got
Yeah, yeah.
we got a good. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Okay. So I'm keeping. Yeah. This is good. I'm liking this.
No
everybody.
suspense.
Good game, guys.
Screw the suspense.
Just roll.
straight
Just
out.
smack it out.
Oh Jesus.
That's how you
Oh
get
my
it done.
God.
Oh my gosh, man.
These
That's
are
beautiful.
really good stats.
Yeah,
dude.
they
I
are.
can do exactly what I wanted.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
And that's
Iron,
the
Iron
beauty
Man
of it.
says, Iron Man says, I'll give him 3 minutes till he gets killed. I think that was directed towards you.
Yeah, probably. Probably.
Yeah.
Because I think
Yeah.
these stats are looking good for.
Oh my
Well,
god.
especially
For
because
Frosty's
spoilers,
character.
guys. I'm playing a human, so all my stats get better.
So he's
as
got
well.
an 18
Yeah.
off the bat.
I
because
got
of
an
his-
18 right off
yeah,
the
his
hop,
race score.
which is insane.
fuck, dude.
I can't, dude. So I'm actually going to be very, very passable in what I want it to be, which is great.
Yeah. Fuck. Okay.
I like that I have two 10s as well that turn into 11, so I can be slightly better than average at certain things. Which I like.
Yeah.
All right.
So you're gonna be human, 100%.
I'm human. Yep.
Okay. Are you? Do you want to go variant and have a feat, or do you want to go basic human and get a +1 to everything, but no feat, no skill?
Let me think about it, because I could go variant.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got time. There's no need to rush. So
I'm trying to think what best fits this guy's story, because I sort of have an idea.
yeah.
I just want this guy, my guy.
Hello, Zach, by the way.
Heyo, to basically be, like, not necessarily decrepit, but maybe someone who has severe difficulty in, like, maybe he's got a joint problem, but in the Middle Ages they just call that being weak. So
yeah.
But the thing is, he can lift stuff.
He's got like weak cartilage in between the bones.
Yeah,
I don't think it's cartilage, but he's got thin. Yeah.
But he just can't move very well. So I'm thinking what
he's got the muscles, but it's like just the his actual like bones and
flexibility.
Stuff that him down.
Yeah. It's all about that. So I'm looking at Gnome because I haven't played one of them in a long time.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like Gnome. Those are exciting. Actually, I'm gonna get my player's handbook just so I can look things up while we.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, because I want either my int to go up or my wisdom to go up. Let me look.
Depends on what you want to be. I would say, honestly, I would say get your, like, I think you'd be more useful if you had higher intelligence, because your wisdom's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I want to have decent intelligence. I want to have great wisdom. I want this guy to be, like, studious, more or less.
Okay.
But at the same time, I want him to be a practitioner. So...
A practitioner of...
Exactly, that's the thing. I don't know.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, Druid is an option, but I don't know. I don't see him necessarily as a Druid. I feel like he would kind of embrace his difficulties, not look for a way to get around them. Ergo, a Druid. So
you're thinking a cleric?
Yeah, almost definitely a cleric.
I kind of like you being cleric based on what I'm going to be, just for a dynamic.
So you're thinking like, are you thinking gnome cleric then?
I'm not 100% sure. I've only just gnome was one of the things that popped up in my head. I haven't played several of these classes in a long time, or races in a long time. So
yeah, you've been sticking to your tried and true recently.
Yeah. I want to break out the box. So halfling would kill the whole idea of this character, so I'm not going to do that. Yeah, exactly. Like halfling gives me 2 decks. Like I want my decks to be shit.
An autistic cleric with a fidget spinner, hell yes. That's gonna. I feel like just reading out that comment's gonna date this video.
Yeah,
that meme's gonna be dead in like a week.
Yeah, exactly.
So when people watch the VOD and they hear that, they're gonna be like, Jesus, this is old. Like
yeah. That's how the cookie crumbles.
By the way, if I'm looking down, I'm not just like not paying attention. I'm actually reading like.
He's got a PHP
in the. Yeah.
Tried and true, yeah. And guys, I'm looking at my own PHP actually off screen. That is
just because I realize like if I'm looking down, it just looks like I'm fucking playing on my phone or something. But I'm not. No. I'm 100% paying attention.
I'm getting suggested to be an elf, and here's the thing: elves get +2 dex off the bat, which
could be extremely good for you.
Good for me.
Just
I
to
know.
kind of balance that.
Offset your failures. Yeah.
So you're not as cancer.
Yeah, that could be very useful.
What about half elf? What do they get?
Half elves get shitloads of charisma.
Yeah, half elves.
Yeah, you don't need that.
Half elves get like good everything though.
Half elves are
I'm
honestly,
admiring my dongus. Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like half elf would be pretty great because half elves get languages. Because I want this guy to be a practitioner, but I also want him to be able to speak about his stuff.
So it sounds like you're going quite a sort of cerebral character, right? Are you thinking of going knowledge cleric?
That's what I was considering.
Zarokin is a good point,
either knowledge or life.
You don't need good dex if you have heavy armor.
Yeah,
That
that's
is
true. It's like you're not going to be dodging out of the way of blows if the armor just stops the blows.
The only problem is, like...
However, dragon breath.
Oh, no.
Heavy armor doesn't really help you against dragon breath.
Nope. Deck saves, man.
Yep.
I like you being gnome though, because you would get such high intelligence, so it would
know.
just be like you could just heal yourself.
I'm looking at gnome. Well, because clerics are based on wisdom.
I like gnome too, but for different reasons.
Oh shit! They have advantage on all intellect-based saving throws against magic. That's great.
Yeah.
I know.
Also,
This guy,
if you're a rock gnome, you could help. I think because me and Brennan have been talking about his character. If you're a rock gnome, you could help him out with some stuff.
Artificer.
You get the Tinkerer thing. You get the
true.
Tinkerer and the Artificer's Law. So,
Yeah.
I like him being a cleric though, because my character would be so against using his knowledge to help with his practice. He'd be like, "No, my way is superior." Like,
Yeah, and I'm
and I'll show you
science.
I don't need magic. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh my God.
That's a good point. Do we want to sort of pull back the veil we've been holding up for a little bit, and do you want to sort of give them because you said you had an idea of your character,
Might as well
Brendan.
explain
Do you want to give them the sort of just like the very brief description of what you were thinking?
Yes, I can give you guys a brief description, but essentially, I'm sorry because we haven't talked about this. The place I would have come from. Where is the Golem place again?
So let me just check.
Golem.
I have it in my notes. It's one of two places.
Yeah, sorry, it's escaped me the name. So
fine. Yes, so it's the city of Aprum in Narses.
Aprum. Okay.
Yes, it's on this island right here.
So I'm a dirty son.
Which I'm pinging here. So it's like the north.
Yeah, I see.
That's also where the majority of gnomes and halflings come from.
Okay, cool.
Ruben.
Hello, I'm Ruben.
I think this guy is going to be a really inventive knowledge cleric rock gnome. So
okay,
I
like it.
This is going to be really interesting. Really interesting.
Okay. A rock gnome.
So,
oh god.
So you're going a rock gnome. So your con is up by 1, I think.
Yes, indeed.
And your intelligence is up by 2. Yep.
Yeah, so I'm starting pretty high and pretty, guys. +3 and 2
you
stats.
get Artificer's Law.
Yes.
So whenever you make a history check in regard to magical items, alchemical objects, or technological devices, you basically get expertise, which means you double your proficiency bonus on any check regarding that. Which is really cool.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, and as a knowledge cleric, that's also going to be really helpful.
Yes.
Yes. Tinker is you basically get the ability to create like small little mechanical devices. The example it gives here is a like fire starter, which would basically be a lighter, a music box, a clockwork toy.
You could do some fucked up shit with me, dude. You could do some crazy shit.
I feel like
you can also make expanding beyond the book. You can also make other sort of anything vaguely like low steampunk. So you can make like sort of parts for golems, like replacement parts. You would be able to make like not parts that the golem could maybe even control, but just like a smashing fist that when it hits something, it just like punches harder. Oh. You can make like goggles that would like adjustable with different like thicknesses of lenses. You can make a bunch of things with this.
I think this is beautiful because the two of our characters, I don't know if you got to explaining your character's idea yet, but
no, not yet.
The two of our characters will have such amazing conversations because you're going to be like, I do all of this myself. Magic is just on the side. And I'm just like, well, yeah, so do I, but magic helps, man. And I'm just...
Magic helps. It's like, yes, but it's for the weak.
Oh, I get to be a gnome again. I'm sorry to interrupt.
So yeah, Brennan, you were thinking of being from Narses and Aprum because you were thinking of being, even though you're a fighter, you were thinking of later on. Yeah, you were thinking later on going the Eldritch Knight. So
I'm going to go Eldritch Knight so I can get spell slots. Yep, and I'm going to put those spell slots
I've been working on a homebrew system for like lower level golemancy, and you want to be making like some lower tier golems early on, but as you level, basically like upgrading it, correct?
So essentially, I want to make a guy who's obsessed with killing different creatures and then chopping off their body parts and trying to put them on this weird little husk of a creature that I'm carrying around. And the obsession for this came from my character's father, because my character's father was a mortician in Aprum. and he experimented with golemmancy on the side. So my guy's very used to being around corpses and death, and is fascinated and knows anatomy, essentially knows bodies. So he's very interested about tinkering and mixing different body parts to make his own little custom golem.
And for chat's sake, where are you? Have you allocated your stats yet?
I haven't allocated my stats. I've been letting Bijan sort of do that. I could do that right now, but
yeah. Throw those on your sheet, and then when just for chat's sake, because I know some people out there are like real number crunchers. We'll tell them where you've put everything.
Yeah. Might as well.
But yeah, I think everybody can see your sheet. So they, Mr. Bijan. So they should. You're fine on. So yeah, you're a rock gnome, correct?
Indeed.
Okay, I don't have this on the stream.
Do you know how wrong it feels making a fighter that has high intelligence? Because I need high intelligence.
I have a map of the underground, Mr. Trip.
Actually, to be fair, Ruben, how high of intelligence do I need to do what I'm doing? Pretty high intelligence?
Basically just have it above 10.
Okay, because the thing is, I think that my guy would be more wise than he would be intelligent.
Yeah, you don't necessarily. You just need enough intelligence where you can remember everything that you've sort of read and learned, and the ability to read multiple languages and that sort of thing will also help, because not everything's going to be just in common.
Yeah,
but basically, the better intelligence, the more likely you are to succeed on these things.
Dude, we are both so bad at dex. Holy fuck.
What's your dex? 10?
11.
It's not good, man. All right, well, con
I want high wisdom. I have to take high wisdom for this guy, because otherwise it doesn't make sense, because I'm going to be pulling up some straight bullshit when it comes to keeping my golem alive without magic.
So, Bijan, I suppose I have the question of where are the rock gnomes from? Are rock gnomes?
Oh, I get to answer this. Yay!
Well, yeah. Specifically, where is your character from? Are you from a rock gnome settlement underground? Are you from? Are you born a rock gnome, but you lived a life in the city? And that, how did you sort of? What was your upbringing, your early life like?
Now that's a good question. So. I'm thinking this guy, as I said, he was probably bullied a lot as a child. I think he would have spent time in gnomish society for at least his early life, within a gnomish city settlement, what have you.
Okay.
And then, as time went on, as he got much more proficient in the arts of invention and technology, and once he realized his body wasn't his, the limiting factor in everything. Then he kind of thought, well, there's got to be more out there for me. There's got to be people who can value what I do. And obviously, rock gnomes do value, of course, being able to tinker and invent stuff. But I think it's probably the fact that he just doesn't have good memories of fellow gnomes. Does that fall in line with sort of the idea of gnomes in your world, where they're good people generally, but
Well, yeah. The gnomes, in my world, they tend to be revered for their sort of sort of charisma in most things they do. So even though they don't get high charisma, it's not necessarily they're very convincing, but they're very committed, very sort of engaged, very if they do something, they're likely to commit themselves very fully to it, even if they're not very good at it. They're very sort of those sorts of people. So not giving up on things is something that's really encouraged in sort of gnomish society. That sort of perspective on it.
I have a good thought. This is why my character would have left. My character hates the idea of lingering on a thought. He has ideas way too often, and that's probably the reason why he was somewhat ostracized, because he probably just had a dozen unfinished projects in his room. And at the same time, he was trying to pray to a god. You were sort of
the black sheep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to zoom in on your character sheet a little bit? By the way, it's extremely hard to read the text on it.
Oh, is it? I don't know if there isn't a way I can expand the text, I don't think, sadly.
Well, you can just zoom in.
Oh, yeah.
You can make it on the overlay. Yeah.
Did it?
Nice.
Oh, lordy. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Sweet.
By the way, how do you think of this, Bijan? I've allocated my points thus far. I think I'm going to make a Dex fighter.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to stop you.
Because the thing is, the long-term goal is to make a golem that's tank enough to be the guy that's up there, strength punch and shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why not make a Dex fighter so I can support him?
Makes sense that you
mean?
would use a rapier, so yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'll use like a rapier or something.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense to me.
So I think I'm going to go Dex fighter, but those are my stats. Thus, this is what I'm thinking. So I've got 11 strength, I've got 18 dex, I've got 17 con, 14 intelligence, 16 wisdom, and 11 charisma. My guy's not the most likable guy.
Okay.
I'll post those in chat for anybody who's interested.
Mostly because he smells like a corpse.
We're gonna have so much difficulty convincing anyone of anything.
But you'll really want to. I feel like both of you will be really committed to like your ideals, but you'll just not be very convincing about your ideals.
Exactly. Like we believe ourselves, but
is the thing that we're using an app or a website. We're using a website called Roll20.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's a beautiful thing. Hopefully you guys can read my
Hello,
shit now.
Zakratos. Hello. There's 20 of you in the chat, so welcome everybody. I hope you are enjoying this.
Howdy doody.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be explaining more in depth what we are later. Exactly, but
yes,
yeah,
right.
So
because right now I don't think we have a completely solid idea. It's still a bit fluid right now. So.
Exactly.
Well, I like my idea of a Dex fighter. I think I'm going to commit to this. I think it's an interesting choice instead of just standard fighter. Plus, I mean, I'm going Eldritch Knight down the line, so I'm like going sort of unorthodox fighter, so I'm not just like warrior with a shield and a sword. You know.
So are you thinking of going like rapier and shield, or are you thinking of?
I'm gonna go rapier, and I would also like to have a ranged weapon as well. I think I might go. I like crossbows more than I like bows for some reason.
Okay.
Just because I think that they're more like.
I
don't know. Whenever I think of a bow in fantasy, I think of an elf. When I think of like a human using something, I think of like a musket or a crossbow for some reason.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to be a crossbow rapier using fighter.
So are you sort of locked on the idea of being a gnome here then?
Me?
Yeah. I like it because my guy would probably like you.
Cool. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, cool.
I kind of like the idea because I've always envisioned gnomes and halflings as just being ridiculously happy, but this guy's very thoughtful and very, because the thing is he didn't have the best life, so he's probably going to have a positive outlook on things, but only to the extent of practicality. He's going to be a realist. Okay. Basically.
So are you worshipping one of the main deities of the nation as a whole? What are you thinking?
You mean as opposed to a gnomish deity?
Yeah, as opposed to one of the under-race deities.
I would certainly say, yeah, one of the overall nation deities, yeah, because I would look to them. I would probably try to find foreign books about gods.
By the way, guys, almost everything is sort of very custom here. So we've got like a custom pantheon, custom world, all of that, everything, homebrew. So yeah, if you're looking for greater deities,
yes,
there are a couple, I think. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, we have to use your pantheon. Your thing, just because. Well, no, just all of your custom stuff, because like you spent like a year making this world, so god damn it, we're everything's homebrew. We're gonna use it, you know. So because I love this world, man, I'm so excited to be playing in it.
It is cool. I'm excited. I'm excited to be showing everybody as well. So yeah, in the great, I just checked. The greater, amongst all the greater, I think there's 9. The knowledge god is a god of knowledge, wind, and weather.
Kiro. I'm looking at her. I think.
Music, by the way.
Kairal. Yeah, the music is on.
Oh, okay.
Didn't repeat for me.
I can't hear it.
Yeah.
Are you sure you guys have got your like Chrome sounds up loud? Because mine's...
Oh, I see it on now. Yeah,
it's on now that I refreshed.
Yeah, there we go. But yeah, there's Kairal. He's a chill dude. There's lesser deities as well. I'm not sure if any of them are devoted or not. Omo.
Yeah, I looked at
Omo. Is sort of more towards
merchants.
He's a very sort of merchants, that sort of thing. Sort of he's a very sort of passive knowledge god, whereas Kyrell is very sort of active seeking out knowledge, whereas Omo is sort of more retaining and protecting knowledge, and also sort of giving you wisdom in choices. So before you make like a particularly, like let's say a business deal, that would be the ideal scenario.
Yeah.
Or other scenarios would be like before you maybe move house, like it is like you pray to Omo, like may this be a wise decision, sort of thing.
So Ruben, there's this god.
I'm Ruben.
Second to the last.
There's the god.
Igog.
Okay.
Knowledge,
Igog.
constructs, and invention.
Yes.
That sounds kind of like me.
Okay. The
what's he
symbol
about?
for Igog
Yeah.
is a if you imagine a gear with a brain inside,
Yes.
like a brain cut out of it.
What's he about? Or she?
Yes. So it is a neutral. It is neither a he or a she.
Okay.
Basically, it looks. If you imagine its appearance, its arms are broad, and its form looks almost like a construct, like a bulky humanoid made of stone. A greenish energy glows from like cracks in the stone, and its hands look like sort of bulky gauntlets, and each joint is connected. So like if you imagine like the hands stop here, and then the arm ends here, and they're connected through like a series of vines which tie these sort of arms to hands. So it's quite a construct sort of god.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, so very much focused
It
on
was-
constructs.
Yeah, quite a lot.
Okay.
It was actually created by one of the gods.
Greater deities.
Kyrell created
Okay.
him.
Okay.
Mhm.
In that case, I may just go with Kyrell, because I don't want to kind of limit myself, but at the same time, he would go for someone generic, general.
Yeah, the lesser gods, especially like down the line, get really like way more specific. Whereas the greater gods encompass a wider array of things because they sort of have a wider reach of people.
Yeah. Oh gosh. I think I know exactly what this guy... Like, this guy... I think every character... This is just Bijan talking. Everyone who makes a character... the character should have a goal that is so far out and far-fetched that it may never ever happen, even if the character reaches level 20. But I think that a character should still have
like
that.
when I was in your game, and
Yeah.
my character's goal was to completely take over like one of the larger nations.
Yep. Exactly.
Like basically single-handedly.
Yeah, which is awesome. This guy's goal, that kind of goal for this guy, I think would be to create his own plane.
Yeah. So you need to get your 7th level spell and get the spell demiplane. I understand.
Exactly. Yeah. So that would probably fall under Kyrell, I imagine.
Yeah, probably.
Sweet, Kyrell.
His story and everything around him is sort of, he is one of the first gods to be birthed after the All-Father of the gods, and he brought he was the person who brought inventive life into the world, sentient life into the world, sort of things that can think for themselves, because he wanted the world to be interesting. He wanted it to be driven forwards.
Okay, that's awesome. That's fantastic, actually. I like that.
Yeah.
For people asking, I am almost certainly a rock gnome cleric. I don't know exactly what cleric. It's probably going to be knowledge.
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, we got a dex fighter and we have a cleric. Pretty sure I've got myself a name here that I'm good with.
Okay. Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
What?
You know what Gideon means?
No.
It means destroyer.
Okay.
That's what the
Shit.
name actually means.
All right, that's nice.
Gideon Clive the Fourth.
Yeah.
Gideon.
I'm from a long line of Gideons.
Gideon Clive.
Long line of.
My father was
people in
Gideon
charge of
Clive, and his father
mortuaries.
before him was Gideon Clive.
I'm really bad about character names. That's usually one of the last things I make about him, unless I get a shock of inspiration.
Yeah. You
or-
don't like looking at the like gnome section of the book where it's like
Yeah, I'm
these
actually-
are all the male gnome names.
Oh, I'll give it a look-see.
Like Dimble.
Would
You don't
I?
want to be Dimble?
No.
Dimble's a great name.
I mean, actually,
Or
shit.
Burgle.
Dimble would
Gurbo.
honestly be... Legitimately, though, I think that's something my parents would have given me as a name. Because it's, like, literally the bastardized version of Nimble. And he is anything but.
Dimble.
God, I actually... Oh, no. Because I want him...
Dimble Waywocket.
Name yourself
Dimble
Mopal.
Waywocket. That should be your name.
Is Waywocket... Where's Waywocket?
It's one of the female names.
That goddamn tavern music that don't loop.
I like the last name. I like that, though.
It's playing right now.
It's so weird.
Not for me.
Yeah, it just stops.
I think...
It's still playing.
There we go. Started.
I like that name way too much,
Weird.
Ruben. How dare you?
What,
so
Dimble?
Dimble Waywocket.
Dimble.
Dimble Waywocket.
Oh, you want to be Dimble Waywocket?
That's the thing, though. I think if he's just kind of casually meeting people, he won't give them that name. He'll probably... Because they have nicknames. I don't know what that actually...
You'll give them the name Mopple. Yeah. Chat seems pretty hard pressed on Mopple right now.
Mopple. Name yourself
Yeah.
Mopple. Oh my gosh.
So you get common and Gnomish.
Yep. So his nickname is going to
a-
be... His nickname, just to make it as cheesy as possible, his nickname's going to be Gear. G-Y-R.
Okay, that's what you tell like casual. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So that's what people call you in public generally.
Yep.
So Brennan or Gideon, as you've dubbed yourself.
Yes.
You're a basic standard human, correct?
Yes. I decided not to go variant.
Okay. So you speak common and one extra language.
I was thinking
other
if I
language?
come where I'm from, I might just take Gnomish. Because you said
Okay.
there's a lot of gnomes there. But I was also thinking
Yeah.
about taking something fucking weird. Like
Yeah,
something
like just taking Abyssal.
Well, I'm not talking abyssal, like goblin.
Deep speech. Okay.
Because he's really
You-
fascinated. I think my guy would be fascinated with them because he's like, this is a good, like maybe he experimented with goblin body parts when he was a kid to like build a golem.
I would have to have you make a check to see if you would be able to get goblin. But
All right,
you
what do
can
I
it.
what do I do?
Do you want to check goblin?
Yeah, I'll try goblin. What do I need
Okay.
to do?
So this is basically roll me an investigation check, and this is you trying to basically
By the way,
thumb
I
through.
I haven't put perks into any of my skills yet. My proficiency.
Okay. Do you think you'll take proficiency in investigation?
Potentially. I mean, the thing is, I'm like.
Well, we can say in
I
any
want
case,
my guy
we
to
can
be a
say
great
the-
surveyor because the thing is, he needs to always be like, "Where's a fucking body part I can use?" Yes, there's an arm over here. Like, you know, he's
So we
he's a
can-
snoop.
If you want, just for the sake of ease on this, we can just say that the time that you were trying to learn Goblin was a time where you weren't as
Fair enough.
trained like it was in your childhood. So
All right.
so you can just roll me investigation right with your just your intelligence. So I think a 12 is good enough. You got above a 10. So basically, how you learnt Goblin wasn't through directly talking to a goblin or anything, but you managed to find some sort of bizarre tomes.
Oh, God.
Like a Book of Eats.
Yeah.
By like Garshanek, and you managed to basically just through comparing it to other sort of works and through working through it, spending like you were very committed to learning this.
Yeah.
You managed to sort of like work your way through and actually get sort of a gist of this language. It's probably a bit rough, like pronunciation on certain words because you've only ever read
it's
it.
horrible. Yeah.
Yeah, you haven't practiced against a goblin, but you know how to read and sort of how to speak off of that.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah. I think that my guy would be fascinated with them.
Yeah.
Just because it's like they're such bizarre little creatures. So, and I also am pretty sure my guy would think that there's not much of a difference between a gnome and a goblin. They're very, very minute differences that make one civilized and one a beast.
Yeah.
So, just keep that in mind, Mr. Gnome.
Just keep that in mind, Mr.
What are you talking
Dimple.
about? There's nothing in here for us. I don't know.
All right,
should leave.
perfect. I
I'm,
speak common and goblin.
Gideon.
Gideon Clive,
Gideon.
the fourth to you, boy.
Gideon.
That's me.
Hell
Yeah, I gotta take a really nasaled approach to this guy.
Gideon.
Just he needs to be
Yeah,
really
yeah.
proud of himself. Like he's just a very yes, my father Gideon Clive III was a mortician, and his father before him, Gideon Clive II, was a mortician. We come from a long line of mortician
we're-
golemmancers.
While we're discussing all this, the chat is just talking about Romeo and Juliet.
There you go.
Would it... I don't know how... It says in the PHB, Ruben, gnomes settle into adult life by 40. Are we assuming then that they mature to adulthood at 40? Or slightly before that?
I don't know that that's necessarily like a need. That's sort of like something that the book, you know, is advising. But this is I suppose a question for you. Is this something that's just sort of a societal norm of like this is the adult life for a gnome because up to this point gnomes spend so much time studying and you just sort of skip past all that? Or is this like adult life for a gnome because that's actual like maturity? It's up to you whether that's like a societal thing. Where it's just like no, up till that point you're studying, then you work because you gnomes sort of want you to study, so you specialize into your field. So
that makes sense to me. That makes sense. To me.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, because I want this guy to basically like be the equivalent of a 17 or 18-year-old.
Oh God, so he's gonna be so impressionable.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh God, you run into the wrong man.
He's also sober.
I feel like he's also he's gonna be quite sort of like. I guess like sort of steadfast liberals who are so like sure of their ideology when they're young.
He knows what he knows.
Sort of slowly grow more. Yeah, like you know what you know, and you're so like sure of what you know that you will argue it.
Yeah.
Like, very vehemently.
Fuck it, I'll just make him 19 years old, which is probably basically
pretty
just
young.
the middle of like youth.
You're probably like that's probably like 15 for a human.
Yeah.
If we want to, if you think it makes more sense to go with the societal
Ruben
thing, then that's probably like 15 for a human. Yeah.
Can I make a backstory thing for him right now? Basically, just a call that'll be probably a lead in the future, depending on how long he lives. Can we say that? Because obviously this kid didn't like. The only work he could have done was maybe scribe or done research or whatever. But he wanted to get the hell out. Can we say that he stole money from his parents so he could travel?
Yeah.
Not too much, but maybe like a sum of like 20 or 30 gold.
Yeah, maybe
like part of their savings.
Maybe your parents were saving up because they like maybe your dad is actually like quite a inventor. And he wanted you to go on to sort of maybe he was a this might be an interesting thing that I'm going to suggest to you.
Yeah.
Maybe your dad was a golem inventor.
Ooh.
And that's what sort of that because one that might make an interesting dynamic with Gideon here in that you like maybe that's why you don't like helping him with his golem and why he doesn't like accepting the help is because it like your father was and you're sort of trying to rebel against that.
High shatter point.
So maybe your dad was saving up some a lot of money for the ingredients, the components to create a new golem, and basically before he could go out to go spend buy the parts, you basically like nabbed it and ran away from home.
I love that.
What would you think on that? Yeah.
I love that.
I just think that might make an interesting dynamic between you and Gideon, as well as an interesting dynamic.
Have we met before this adventure?
Yeah. I think you guys have been traveling for a little while because I think both of you are coming from unless you want to correct me on this, Bijan. I think both of you are definitely coming from Narses, because that's where most of the gnomes are located as well. Depending on this is up to you. You can come from somewhere else.
I think that makes sense.
But if you both come from Narses, then it makes sense that you guys sort of met up there, then like start traveling north for work. Ended up in Lucius because you heard there was sort of there was a lot of struggle there, and that you guys could be of use.
Yeah, I mean, we could do the whole thing where, let's say he stole money, right? Because he's just a dumb kid. What if he stole money, went out into the world, lost it all in like a month?
Yeah.
And then, showed up on my dad's shop or my family's shop's
looking for work.
Doorstep, looking for work. And I'm like, can you clean bodies? Or, can you dig holes? Where, like he helped to dig holes, bury the corpses or something.
I can make a very efficient shovel for that.
digging holes.
Yeah, exactly. So it's
Yeah.
like, fine, you're hired if you could sweep a floor and shut up. Like,
what
you know?
alignment are you? Because I'm almost certainly gonna go neutral.
I'm
You can't
chaotic
just go
neutral.
asking someone their alignment.
I'm gonna be chaotic neutral, dude,
Cool.
because
I'm gonna be
I
true
can't
neutral.
go lawful, because otherwise my guy's not gonna be able to gather body parts.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I think my guy's gonna be true neutral.
I'm surprised that isn't more of a like D&D meme. Did you just assume my alignment?
Yeah, I know. What the fuck, dude?
Right. Yeah.
Did you just assume my alignment, homie?
I
think
identify as a
that's-
hybrid lawful good chaotic neutral paladin.
I think our slimy goop of our characters is starting to form into like actual solid physicality
Yeah.
here. So I think this might be a good place to sort of take just maybe a minute break or something.
Yeah, maybe a 5-minute break.
Just
I think
quickly,
that's a good idea.
yeah, I'm
Couple
just gonna
minutes.
go refill, get some water.
Sounds
Yeah,
good.
grab
If-
some
if
water.
anyone- yeah,
I'll
if
just
anyone
talk
wants
to
go
I'll talk to the
bathroom,
chat.
now's
I'll
the
talk
time.
to the
Cool.
chat.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go refill, grab some water, and then I'll be right back.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be interested to see if he lets us have if he gives us any magical items or any starting things.
Oh no, we're starting level 1, man.